So welcome to another edition of Raised Against the Dice. Today we're going to be building another TTCombat building. Today it is the Industrial Hive, Industrial Office and Large Platform. We showed you how to build one yesterday. It was one of the smaller ones using super glue, and that's for sort of quick reference. Today we're going to be showing you how to use PVA, but it's the same as using wood glue. This is a bigger one, so there's a lot more stages. So in terms of it, there's going to be a lot more waiting for things to dry, but it gives me a good excuse to show you how, while you're waiting for one bit to dry, how you can do another. Now you will notice you've started seeing my ugly mug a little bit more. That was because it was recommended to us by a more proficient YouTuber. Said that it has a more personal element if you do an introduction first. We have always done an introduction, but it's more been like, this is what we're playing today, this is, you know, you can see the models. No one wants to see all of this. However, as I said, it's been recommended, so we're trying it out. If it's something that you do like in videos, I mean, like personally, you're like, oh, we love seeing your face. I mean, in terms of, if you do feel it gives a more personal perspective, that's cool, let us know. If you want us to go back to the old way of doing things, gladly we will do so. I know myself, it's not that I particularly want to be on camera. I like doing the modelly stuff, the rest is kind of just jogs along with it. But yeah, so let us know. In terms of it, just like I did last time, you don't really, if you watch the last video, you don't need to see how you cut stuff out. So I'm going to pile it all into its separate bits, and then we can get straight down to it. As always, put down something so you don't get glue and paint everywhere. And yeah, let's build us some scenery. So yeah, guys, as I said, we're going to do this one with PVA. And with that, you just get it out. I don't mix it with water when I'm doing scenery, especially not wooden scenery, because you don't want the PVA to just be swallowed up by the wood. All I'm doing now is I'm sticking these onto their legs. I've already done the rest, so that they can have a chance to dry. When these are for the walkways, and you can tell that because they've got this instead of this. So there you go. So, and they're really, really simple to do. I always put the glue on this bit. So, and it was like I was saying in, well, a couple of other previous videos, this isn't that I'm saying this is an expert way. It's a, you know, this is the way to do it. This is the way I do it. Some people will watch it and think, well, you know, I like the video. I like some of the, what you're showing off, as in the models or the terrain pieces. You know, I like the look of TTCombat stuff, but I wouldn't do it this way. That's absolutely fine. This is just saying this is how we do it, and then I'm just using a bit of wrapper. As I said, you can use kitchen roll, which is what I normally use, or kitchen towel, that type of thing. And that's them, and there's the other two. So all four of those are just put to one side to dry. The next thing we're going to concentrate on is this, which is the office. Always try and dry fit bits together, so that you don't make mistakes. PVA is a little bit more forgiving in terms of if you do dry fits. Sorry, if you don't dry fit and you glue a bit in the wrong place, you've usually got a bit of time to pull it off. And again here, it's all about the bits that are connecting. Making sure those areas are all PVA'd together. Now, things like this aren't as bad because they're kind of self-contained. So once I've got the first couple of walls up, they'll hold themselves in place. So with this, the next wall is that one. You just check where it combines. And I don't know why I put that other one on the door. I'll usually put it on the largest bit, which is, in this case, the roof or frame. I'm just painting the PVA on there. And again, same with wood glue if that's what you use. And that, as I say, that is my preference. It's just not a lot of people, or not as many people, will necessarily have wood glue lying around their house as they might PVA. So you just dry fit it together, and from there I can see which bits I need to PVA down this side. Again, keeping it up together, making sure all of it fits. There's no areas. One good thing about PVA is if you do get it on your fingers and stuff, you get to do that thing that you did when you were a kid, where you get to peel it off really slowly. And that shouldn't be appealing as an adult, but for some reason it still is. Or for me it is anyway. You guys are probably thinking what you're talking about. Or maybe pretending not to know what I talk about, because we're all cool and edgy these days, and the simple pleasures of peeling glue off your hands isn't cool. But yeah, again, I'm not going to film it all, because then you're just watching a dude put scenery together. But it's just the techniques and stuff I use. And I know when I did the unboxing video for it, I said when we built the second lot of stuff, we'll show it off in more detail. Because you kind of just saw the finished product. So I'm going to leave that there while I pop those together, and I'm going to build a few of the smaller little bits, like these little walkways here. Just need these glued to the side, which is just a bit of PVA along there, and then stick it together. It's not something that I think, even if you are watching it in a tutorial capacity, that you can think, I'm going to struggle with that, I need to see. So I'm just going to pop this all together, get a few more bits glued together, and then kind of go, this is where we're at right now, move on to the next stage. So yeah, back in a second, guys. So as you can see there, we've got the walkways, the struts, and then the office built. We're now looking at the main body, which is this guy right here. Now you get two bits. One is all squares, and the other is squares with an edge. The all squares is the middle bit. So for that, you need these bad boys first. You need to line them up. And they kind of slot in there like so. So flip it over. It's the easiest way to do it. I'm working on camera angle here, guys. So that's probably going to be better for you. And then PVA. Singing a PVA song is not 100% necessary. So I'm just going to do this all along them, and then flip it so it stands. And then let it dry, which obviously can take a while with PVA or your wood glues and things like that. Sometimes you will find that you use a mix of glues amongst one project. That's absolutely fine. There's no terrain police who's going to run in and attack you. One thing I have noticed actually online recently, because I follow a lot of the Necromunda groups on Facebook and such like, you know, some are brilliant, some are quite toxic, but I believe that's the same with all groups. You can't really stereotype and say that it's a specific to a specific demographic. But yeah, one thing I've noticed is there's a lot of elitism about terrain and buying against making. Neither are wrong. You know, that's the one thing you should always think in this hobby, is it's your hobby. The way you hobby might be very, very different from the way I hobby. And, you know, the way somebody else hobbies might be different again. None of them are wrong. And that's something it's always really important to remember. I mean, if you're eating the models, especially if it's the old pewter ones. That's probably not wise for different reasons, you know, more of a health concern. But yeah, other than that, how you do the models is really up to you. If you like me, like MDF and pre-bought scenery, then that's cool. If, like my father, you're really, really good at making terrain, then make terrain yourself. That's fine. What I don't think you should do is ever be elitist about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over now, let it dry, so we can start working on the next level of it. I build it like this, and I build the next level, and then I put the extra struts in. And I found that worked easier for me the last time I built one of these. But anyway, I'm going to start getting that all set up, and then we can start looking at it as it goes together and the final touches. So by now, if you were building along at home, yours would look something like this. So you've got the first, I ended up putting these 2 struts on for support. So I've got all 6 struts on now. Then the next thing you would do is you would line up these bits with those. So they would go around, and again you would dry fit it all, which I've already done. You can choose where you want the ladders and where you don't want the ladders, etc. So you could have a ladder here, for instance, and then you could have, because there's 2, you get 2 of these kind of ladder walkways. You can have another ladder at the back. And as I said, you just dry fit it all how you want. And then after that, this lid places on top, making sure the smooth edge and the smooth edges are touching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these next bits all together, just so you can see. So I'm going to find how they connect. So it's down here. And again, don't be afraid to be, you know, quite liberal with your PVA, because the wood will soak some of it up. So that pops on there like so, and then I just get a brush and I just line it off. And I've always done it. I recall being shown how to do it by someone when I still worked for Games Workshop, and it's kind of just stuck with me. I don't know if that's like the tried and tested method, or it's just something that somebody did that I now copy. But yeah, that's what I do. So if there's any excess PVA, I kind of line it off and make it a seal. Again, so I'm just going to stick 2 of these on, and then I'm going to get them all put up separate away from the camera, because you probably don't care that much that you want to see me stick each of these struts on. Yeah, so I'm going to pop on the rest of the struts, and then we'll get that lid put on and let the whole thing dry, and then we'll be able to pop all together and you can see what it looks like. Because at this stage we've got all our components now really built. So yeah, I'm going to finish off these bits, and then we'll come back with kind of the placing of the lid. But yeah, so there you have it. It's all put together. It's drying nicely. It still needs a bit of extra gluing and stuff in certain places. Just over the back here and things like that. And again, that's the problem with using PVA glue, is it takes longer to dry. And all I'm doing is I'm just going around where some of the seals are, and I'm just physically sealing it up with a bit of PVA glue. And what I'll do is I'll go and I'll just take the excess off. So all we're left with is just the bits that hopefully will have seeped into those gaps there. And again, you can do that all the way around. Again, it was just something I was taught. I don't know whether it's like a recognised technique or it's just something that someone had as a funny quirk who taught me, and so I'm kind of stuck with it. This is just one of the things I do. I said you want to take the excess off. Just ready for that painting stage, I believe. And if you're using super glue, make sure you don't do anything like this because you'll ruin your brushes. But yeah, so then you've got at this stage. There you have it, there's the final bits. You've got the box, sturdy enough. You've got your walkway, that's still drying for me. These two little extra walkways, and then this one here. And then you've got the big guy that's still drying, and that's going to dry for a while because I put extra PVA on it. And once that dries, I'll probably put another coat of PVA around these areas. As you can see, still need to wipe it all off, but I just want to show you where we're at. So, you use the same tools kind of we used last time. Clippers, craft knife, PVA glue or super glue, wood glue, whatever glue you're going to use. Make sure you have the space, you know, neatened out. Put some newspaper down or put cardboard down. If you're going to be using PVA, you need a brush or something to apply it with. Take your time, build it in stages, but that's that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to spray paint them, like a base undercoat and then a base coat. But that's it for now. That's how you throw that together. So again, it looks pretty nice. Photos will go up on our Instagram. They'll also go up on our Facebook. So if you follow us on either of those, you'll see them. If not, no doubt you're going to see them when we start playing Necromunda and when we play Doctor Who and stuff more. But no, as always, guys, like, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. I hope you get an enjoyment out of these terrain series. We're going to show you a little bit more with regards to how to make things like alien plants and stuff like that moving forward. But because we had the TTCombat stuff to hand, because we said we'd do unboxing videos for those who asked, and now we're showing those who asked how to put it together, or at least a brief thing. I know I could have gone a lot more in depth with it, but certainly I feel that I gave enough of the basics, and it would have been a bit tedious for you to watch me put each strut on, or to put each strut of a walkway on when you've seen me build the same walkway in a previous video. So yeah, I've left it at that. As always, check out our other stuff, and if you liked what you saw, hit our notification and subscribe. Thank you very much for your time, and pray the dice gods hope they smile upon you guys. Take care. So guys, after putting it all together and having it sat on the table, I just thought I'd show you guys what it could look like. I mean, I do apologise for the symmetry, or as much as possibly I could do symmetry. It's an issue I'm working through, but yes, you can see there kind of the scale. It's the same table we normally game on. And the 3 foot by 3 foot board sits on it quite nicely and kind of overhangs a bit in the corners because it's circular. So you can see kind of how much table this would take up. Then like you've got the generators there. Obviously you don't need to have 2 sets of walkways, for instance. Like these could be elsewhere as well. But yeah, so I just thought I'd throw it kind of on the end of the building video, just to show you guys what it looks like. Yeah, that was all really. So it's nice, it's big. This is the older set. It seems to not be on TTCombat's website anymore, but you can pick it up places like Firestorm Games. Wayland Games still have it on their site. So you might get lucky and be able to pick this up. I'm assuming it's out of print now, but I think it's like just under £40 for the whole thing. So it's pretty good. And then there's about £20 of extra stuff, I think, that we have here on the table. So all in all, it's about between £50 to £60 worth of scenery, I think. And that's pretty much a 3 foot by 3 foot board. A couple more of those generators wouldn't go amiss, but they come in a pack of 3. So yeah, but no, I just wanted to, as I said, show you guys and pop it on the end of the video. So once again, thanks for your time and take care.